The technique, though, yeah, not the smoothest conversion, but good enough.
Good enough.
1-0 for Jesper. And Nimzo now.
Yeah, bishop d2, is that common?
It's been played by Granda Zuniga and Grandelius, amongst others. It's not super common, but it's not without
Alright,
its
so
points.
It's a Swedish specialty?
Yes, Peruvian, Swedish specialty,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, so I guess just the point is to avoid main lines and just to avoid this double pawn.
Makes sense.
So last time these two faced each other in classical chess, it was also Nimzo with Linus on the white side, and Linus won in convincing style. So we'll see if Jesper can revenge that defeat.
That was in Denmark this summer, am I correct?
Denmark or Sweden? I think it was Denmark.
I think it was Denmark, yeah.
I think that also was Linus's second GM norm.
Right. Yes, you are quite
And this
correct.
is also quite cool. After a pretty normal opening, long castles from Linus.
Yeah.
He really wants to get an attack going now, gaining some space in the center. Of course, Jesper not without his chances on the queen side. He takes this one. Okay, interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. By the way, this is going to be our only match in the Talent Offer Cup where we have two non-Norwegians playing.
Right. Yes, that's probably true. Yeah.
So this is sort of the battle of what should we call it?
I don't know.
Of the Nordics.
Yeah. Something like that.
Something like this, yeah. Right, Linus is a very creative player, I would say, or he does always find some way to spice up the position.
He does, yeah. He's very attacking minded, this one. We'll see.
Yeah, Dr. Gravstein, it is what some people call hair.
It's a moustache.
Yeah, that's also been called a moustache, yeah.
Yes, of course.
Some people call it a Movember.
Depending on your definition of moustaches.
Of course.
And whether this one qualifies, I'm not sure. I'm going to leave that to the experts.
Yeah.
Dune is probably the Norwegian name for this one,
Dune,
Frank. Yes, that's correct.
That's probably right. Okay, so this is not the most interesting
this
position I've seen.
looks very good for white, I have to say.
Very good, yeah.
Queen g3, and if you can swap these two, then c7 is starting to get really uncomfortable for black. And there's no counterplay. I mean, you have some pressure against e4, but f3 takes care of business in the center, and this doubling of rooks is very strong for Linus. Who this reminds me again of the last match he had against Johan Sebastian. Almost spent no time in this game compared to the first, and he's gotten himself a very good position. So Linus needs to warm up. I think that's.
Linus maybe he's this kind of coffee house player where you in the first game you always play really badly just to make your opponent think that he can beat you, and then
and then you
put the money on the table and and win the rest, right?
And then you fleece him, right? Yes. That's perfect. Okay, so rook e5, interesting. He doesn't want to exchange queens, and of course he didn't want to abandon his defense of c7. But if he moves his rook now, then the rook will win.
Right. So how do you push through, though?
Okay, so Linus gonna take his time here, and there's no time. He needs to make a decision. He needs to take this one.
Yeah, but
I guess rook takes.
And then rook takes.
Yes, and we'll have a queen endgame with a pawn down, but after queen c4, it doesn't look so bad.
Yeah, maybe not.
At least there are some chances to... Okay, you have queen d3, queen d1
det är jätteklurigt det här, va? We have Madeleine in the chat, of course.
Welcome.
Commenting that this is very tricky.
Very tricky. He will take this, I guess, but he could also insert a check on d1, d3. Not sure what would be preferable.
Yeah, it could be a bit tricky now.
Yeah, okay, so queen d3, and we might see a counter-attack here, actually.
Rook b5, is that a move?
Rook b5 is a move, definitely. Now, threatening a mate in 2.
Yeah.
Okay, rook c3, maybe.
Yeah, or... Queen f2.
Queen f2 also possible. That doesn't.
That's the perpetual. No, it's not.
Though. Okay, so you have rook c1, right? So rook c3 and rook c3.
But it's hanging
queen f2.
a3 in that line, like queen f2, queen b3, king b1, queen takes
Queen
a3.
a, queen a1.
Yeah, but then there's queen d1.
Right, and then you don't have rook c1.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess rook c3 might be the best move.
Yeah.
Tråkig pjäsposition. Blunders mate, it looks like. And it's 2-0 Jesper. Wow!
Linus.
Linus.